Attendees are in listen-only mode.
Good afternoon, everyone. I hope everybody is doing fantastic today. Welcome to part 3 of Amtrak Vacations National Park Series on two of our most popular destinations, Yellowstone National Park and Yosemite National Park. Allow me to introduce myself. I am your host. I am Nick Pennell, and I have been here with Amtrak Vacations now for 4.5 years, and I couldn't be more excited to be here with you folks today to go over two of our top spots. Now, I want you all to stay tuned towards the end of the presentation as we have a really great exclusive discount for all attendees, and one lucky person will actually win a $100 Amtrak Vacations gift card at the end of the presentation. So definitely something well worth sticking around and looking forward to. Now, for those who don't know, why Amtrak Vacations? Well, there's several reasons. First off, it is a bucket list experience. Last year, we actually surveyed our travelers from all around the world as to why they chose Amtrak and Amtrak Vacations, and the number one answer was that it was a bucket list trip. It's definitely quite the experience to add to your list. Room to roam. With Amtrak, there's absolutely no need to be confined to a seat. You can freely move amongst the train. Go visit the cafe car, the dining car, or my personal favorite, the observation car. And we'll touch base on this a little bit later. Less hassle. Please let us handle everything for you. We can package your rail, hotel, sightseeing, transfers, and meals all together. There's absolutely no need at all for you to piecemeal it all together yourself, because we all know that it can take hours, sometimes even days. Let us be your one-stop shop for your rail vacation needs. City-to-city service. With Amtrak, you typically go from downtown to downtown, so there's absolutely no need for long airport transfers. We get you right into the heart of where everything is faster. Satisfy your hunger. Now this I will go over a little bit more later in the presentation, but I just wanted to remind everyone, however, that when you upgrade to any of the sleeping accommodations on Amtrak, your meals are automatically included, so you definitely won't want to miss out on that. Lastly, flexibility. One of the best parts about our packages is that they are completely customizable to your liking. Please let us plan the perfect rail vacation that fits your needs. Now, one thing I always like to highlight, and I always really like showing this map, is because it really amazes me at how extensive Amtrak Services really are. In fact, did you know that Amtrak services 46 out of the 48 contingent states in the United States, with the exceptions of South Dakota and Wyoming? Also, did you know that last year Amtrak set its ridership record? Over 32.5 million people traveled with Amtrak last year, and this year it's expected to be even higher. And with that said, you can actually choose between any of the 500 different Amtrak stations to start your journey or end your journey. Or what a lot of people may do as well is fly to the start destination or fly home from the end destination. It is completely up to you. One great thing about Amtrak is there's absolutely no pesky middle seat. Amtrak actually works in rows of 2, which allows you to be as comfortable as possible. There's absolutely no need to be sandwiched. It's your chance to kick back and relax. Another great thing is there's no long TSA lines at the Amtrak stations. There is absolutely no need at all to wait in 2-3 hour long lines just to take your shoes and belt off. With Amtrak, you can get right onto the train to start your journey as quickly as possible. Another great point, traffic. There's absolutely no need to spend your days sitting in traffic. Have you ever been so excited to go on vacation and to get you to your destination and really enjoy yourself, but then you had to sit and wait in hours of endless traffic? I absolutely hate that. With Amtrak, there is no need for it. We can get you to your destination as fast as possible. Now, we offer so many different types of vacation packages that can absolutely cater to anyone and anyone's needs. Our independent rail journeys, which we'll cover a couple later in the presentation, are some of our most popular packages that we offer. These trips range from 1 week to 10 days to even 16 days. These are our multi-city, multi-state packages that are incredibly comprehensive. Our family adventures, these are the perfect trips for the whole family. From grandparents to parents to children, there is something on these trips for everyone. Our rail and sail packages, these are actually some of my personal favorites because they combine not only the wonders of riding Amtrak, but along with that, a cruise up to Alaska. Our rail getaways, these are the perfect 2 to 3 night single city break trips. I always recommend these trips because they work out to be the perfect long weekend package. So keep that in mind. Lastly, our national parks, which we'll be covering today. These trips are quite popular as we actually have the partnerships with those hard-to-get lodges in the national parks, which actually gives us blocked allotted space. So keep that in mind. We have the space. And in order to go ahead to book one of these packages, you can give us a ring at 1-800-268-7252. And our amazing reservations team is on standby awaiting your call. You can visit our website at AmtrakVacationscom, or what I always recommend, call your local travel agent. They're fantastic, and they can help get together every element of this trip for you. So with that said, let's go visit the Yellowstone and Yosemite National Parks. Now I'm really excited today because I'm actually going to be having a special guest today. It's Jared Kettinger. He has been with us for just about 3.5 years, and he actually used to work on our product team. So he actually has some really great insight to these packages and what Yosemite and Yellowstone are all about. I'm really excited. I know he's really pumped. So without further ado, Jared, take it away.
Hello, everybody. It's so nice to be here with you today. Welcome to our presentation on Yellowstone National Park as well as Yosemite National Park. And these two parks are absolutely phenomenal. For many people, they are a bucket list trip, and with many reasons. From here, you can see right off the bat Yellowstone National Park with the amazing Old Faithful. It's actually the world's most renowned geyser, and it's very much a must-see for any visitor to Yellowstone. It erupts averaging about 130 feet high. Occasionally, it can clear over 180 feet. And like its name suggests, it is just that, Old Faithful. It erupts approximately every hour and a half, and it's located in the western part of the park. And you'll hear me talk about the Old Faithful geyser a couple of times today. Now you can see a little map of the Yellowstone National Park right here. You can see the Grand Canyon of Yellowstone right smack dab in the center. Yellowstone is really two large loops. There's the lower loop and then the upper loop, of which you can experience both on almost all of our Yellowstone packages. So let's talk about a couple of the different properties up in the area. Right off the bat, we have the Holiday Inn West Yellowstone, located just outside the entrance of West Yellowstone. It's perfect because it's a really step up from a regular park lodge. You can see the entryway there where you would go and check in. You have pictures of the park hanging up on the wall behind the check-in desk. Nice updated rooms, as you can see there, with the white and red linen. You have a pool, which is great for the kids. Perfect way to experience the park along with young family members. Right along the way, we have Yellowstone Park Hotel, another great hotel option based just outside of the West Yellowstone entrance. Here you have rooms that are a little bit larger. You have a whole section that's basically a living room type area. You can see with a couch, and off to the side would be a television. Then you have a little bit of a partition with a whole bedroom on the other side. And then once again, great for the kids. You have a pool as well as a jacuzzi to relax in at the end of the day after you've done your Yellowstone sightseeing. And then for those who are looking to save a little bit on their trip, the Grey Wolf Inn is a great hotel for those with a budget. Once again, rooms, nice updated rooms, a pool right on site, but the rooms are actually a little bit bigger than the two hotels you've seen before, and they actually include a little bit of a kitchenette area. So once again, great for those with a budget or traveling with a young family. Now, let me take a moment to talk about the Yellowstone Bus Tours because these are quite authentic, quite iconic to the area. You're seeing right above here we have the Yellowstone buses that are iconic dating back to the 30s, 40s, and 50s. They are open top, which you can see the people sticking their heads up top to see the bison as it walks by. And this just highlights the pure nature that you're time that you're spending. The bison are just roaming freely. You have plenty of animal sightseeing opportunities as well as natural wonder sightseeing opportunities. And the Yellowstone buses, they cover both the lower loop as well as separately the upper loop. So you won't miss out on anything. Once again, we have a couple of onlookers that took time to get off the bus and possibly capture some great views of either animals wandering through the park or maybe it was Old Faithful just off to the side. Once again, you can see the pure beauty in nature that you're stepping out into when visiting Yellowstone National Park. Now, how to book, Nick mentioned this before, but we always want to highlight it just because it's one of our most commonly asked questions. You can either call us at 1-800-AMTRAK-2. Once again, that's 1-800-268-7252. Jump onto our website at AmtrakVacationscom and check out all of the wonderful destinations you can travel with us. Or you can call your local travel agent. They can call us up and book the trip for you. Real simple. Now, let's go over some of the packages that we run with. Once again, I just love this photo right here. We have Old Faithful just blowing the water right up high into the air. You have the bubbling lake right around it. It just really highlights the pure beauty and simplicity of nature. The Yellowstone Getaway is our top-selling Yellowstone package. It includes 2 nights in Salt Lake City. So that's a night in Salt Lake City before heading up to Yellowstone and a night in Salt Lake City on the way back after experiencing Yellowstone. And what's great is we give you plenty of time in that city to experience the history that makes Salt Lake City so spectacular. You also get 2 nights up in Yellowstone with a full lower loop tour. That tour, of course, will cover Old Faithful, the Yellowstone Lake, the Grand Canyon of Yellowstone, as well as all the natural wonders that you want to see. And between Salt Lake City and Yellowstone, we actually include a sightseeing transfer. So that'll pick you up right around the corner from your hotel in Salt Lake City, take the drive up to Yellowstone, which is actually quite a scenic drive to head up there. You'll stop once or twice for sightseeing opportunities, head into the park, and then reverse on the way back. Altogether, that's the Yellowstone Getaway, total of 5 days. Now we have a little bit different option. This is the heart of Yellowstone Getaway. Right there we can see the Grand Prismatic Spring, which sits on the Midway Geyser Basin. This is the largest hot spring in the United States. It's approximately 250 to 300 feet in size, and it's about 160 feet deep. You can see the beautiful rainbow hues, the bright yellows, the fiery oranges. But one thing, it's hot, folks. Take some pictures, but at a distance. Now I'll talk about what the difference between the heart of Yellowstone Getaway to the Yellowstone Getaway. This one, of course, you get the 2 nights in Salt Lake City, the one at the beginning and one after coming back from Yellowstone. What's different here is instead of the sightseeing transfer, we actually give you a 5-day car rental so that you can do the driving on up to Yellowstone on your own. This is always good for families with young children who are looking to stop a couple of times along the way for their convenience. We, of course, include a very spectacular sightseeing tour of Yellowstone National Park that does some portions of the lower loop as well as some portions of the upper loop. And this was one of our other top-selling Yellowstone packages this past year. Now let's take a couple of minutes to talk about Yosemite. And of course, when we think Yosemite, we think of those giant sequoia trees that we can see lining the park right here, as well as the giant half dome, standing at over 2,400 feet tall next to Yosemite Falls. This is fantastic. Here we can see a little bit of a map of Yosemite. So we can see the lower Yosemite Fall. We can see the swinging bridge as well as the Half Dome Vista. We got to see that a second ago. We'll see that a couple of times during this presentation. So my favorite property in the area is this Yosemite View Lodge, which is located right outside of Yosemite National Park. What's great is that you have an option for a room with either a mountain view or a river view. So depending on whether you're a mountain person or a river person, you have your choices. And this hotel is very comfortable. Now let's talk about the Yosemite National Park Getaway, our #1 top-selling Yosemite package. And here you can see the sprawling pictures of what makes Yosemite so spectacular. The Yosemite Getaway includes 2 nights hotel accommodations as well as a Yosemite Valley floor tour. That Valley floor tour will take you to the Half Dome. It'll take you to Yosemite Falls, which is the highest waterfall in the United States. It's actually the 6th largest waterfall in the world, and it's located on the Sierra Nevada range. It'll take you to El Capitan, which reaches over 3,000 feet tall from base to top, as well as the Valley View, which is what we saw a couple of slides ago. It's a deep valley, about 8 miles long and 1 mile wide, with amazing sprawling views of the park. Now, Nick mentioned at the beginning of this presentation our independent rail journeys, and here you can see a great example of one of our top-selling independent rail journeys combining multiple destinations along an Amtrak route. As you can see, it starts in Chicago for a couple of nights, goes overnight out to Salt Lake. So once again, you get a night at Salt Lake in the beginning, go up to Yellowstone for a couple of nights, and then do another night in Salt Lake City on the way back. From there, you would head on to San Francisco overnight on the train, and you get a day trip out to Yosemite National Park. Once again, you start off in Chicago. Here you get a hop-on, hop-off sightseeing tour of the city. That tour will take you by Millennium Park. It could take you out to the beautiful Union Station. It'll take you on a ride throughout the city to experience the great architecture that makes Chicago so special. From there, you'll head out overnight to Salt Lake City and then take the sightseeing transfer up to Yellowstone National Park, where you'll get a sightseeing tour that, of course, will bring you to Old Faithful, Mammoth Hot Springs at the top part of the park, Hayden Valley, and the Grand Canyon of Yellowstone. Once again, you get a couple nights in Salt Lake, as I highlighted, and you get a full sightseeing tour. So there you can see the main Salt Lake Square, as well as the Mormon Tabernacle, and really get to experience the history of the city. From there, you go out and spend a couple of nights in San Francisco. What I like about this is you actually get the creature comforts of staying in a metropolitan city like San Francisco, but you still get to enjoy the national park experience on a full-day tour out to Yosemite. Yellowstone to Yosemite by rail, 11 days, Chicago, Salt Lake City, Yellowstone, San Francisco, and Yosemite all in one. Now we have our Peaks to Pacific option. Once again, another fantastic option. And this one will actually include a stop at a 3rd national park, the Colorado Rocky Mountain National Park. Here you can see you spend 2 nights in Denver with that tour, head out to Salt Lake City. You'll go and spend some time up in Yellowstone and explore the park up there. From there, you can go overnight on the train. Once again, I want to talk about upgrading on the train because there's always a great option. So I'll take a moment to highlight you can always upgrade on your overnights to a roomette or bedroom. And what's great about it, once again, is you get your full meals included on the train. From there, you'll head into San Francisco with a full-day tour out to Yosemite. You'll start in Denver. You'll have a sightseeing tour of the Colorado Rocky Mountain National Park. So it's great, once again, get the sprawling metropolitan mile-high city of Denver with a fully guided tour out into nature in Rocky Mountain National Park. From there, you'll head out to Salt Lake and up to Yellowstone National Park, where you get a tour of Yellowstone's lower loop. So once again, that's going to hit Old Faithful, Yellowstone Lake, and the Grand Prismatic Spring. And from there, you head out to San Francisco overnight on the train, arrive in San Francisco, and do a day tour out to Yosemite. And you can see a small portion of the Yosemite Falls in the picture right there. Once again, just a very small portion. It's actually quite a giant waterfall. Peaks to Pacific are 10-day tours starting in Denver with a trip out to Rocky Mountain National Park, Salt Lake City, up to Yellowstone National Park, then overnight to San Francisco, and then a full-day tour experiencing Yosemite. Here is another fantastic option, one of our Grand National Parks packages. These packages have been coming up fast, people. They've been selling out really quickly because of the full experience you get here. Here you get 3 of America's most beloved national parks. You get Yellowstone, you get Yosemite by way of San Francisco like we mentioned, and you also get the majestic Grand Canyon as well. This trip is absolutely a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. You start off in Chicago, as you see, go overnight on the train out to Salt Lake City, do 1 night in Salt Lake City, and journey up to Yellowstone National Park for 2 nights. From there, you go overnight on the train heading out to San Francisco, do a full-day tour in Yosemite. From there, you head down to the glitz and glamour of Los Angeles, then overnight to historic Route 66, where you will board an actual steam engine train to head into the south rim of the Grand Canyon. Such a unique experience. And from there, you'll go back overnight on the train to Chicago. Once again, you will go up to Yellowstone and experience the lower loop. Its highlights, once again, are Old Faithful, Yellowstone Lake. And by the way, Yellowstone Lake, I do want to take a moment to highlight that. It sits in the heart of Yellowstone National Park, and it's the area's largest body of water. While you're there, definitely take time for some picture-taking opportunities because it's very likely you'll see some bison or bald eagles soaring around, grizzly bears. They tend to congregate around the lake. All right, and here we have the valley view. So here is an example of the day tour. You head out overnight from Salt Lake out to San Francisco. Then you cover a full day tour of the Sequoias of Yosemite National Park, valley view as pictured here, the Great Half Dome, Yosemite Falls. From there, you head down to Los Angeles where you spend 1 night. Definitely take some time to sightsee in Los Angeles, whether you hit the Hollywood Walk of Fame, the Homes of the Stars tours, or even just heading up to see the Hollywood sign is always a great time in my book. Then you head overnight down to the Grand Canyon, and you can see its beauty and its majesty right here on your screen. What's really nice, once again, we highlight a full steam engine train trip right into the south rim of the canyon. Then you have a motor coach Freedom Rim tour that highlights 2 to 3 different overlook points of the Grand Canyon for your enjoyment. So the Grand National Parks with Yellowstone, Yosemite, and Grand Canyon, that's a total of 13 days traveling out from Chicago, overnight on the train to Salt Lake City, then heading up to Yellowstone, once again another overnight on the train out to San Francisco, a day trip out to Yosemite, a trip down from San Francisco to LA. I'm just going to take 2 seconds here because I did that trip myself in November from San Francisco down to Los Angeles, and it was fantastic. You cut along the coast, going through desert areas, going through mountainous areas, and most importantly, right down the coast of California, where you can see some beautiful untouched beaches. We even, at one point, went over a portion of the rail that was right above a little inlet of water, and there were baby otters swimming right outside the train. It was an absolutely phenomenal experience, one I will never forget. So once again, San Francisco down to Los Angeles, then you take the overnight train to Williams, once again a historic Route 66 town, and then from there you head into the canyon, spend a night there with a tour, head back out, and then do an overnight back to Chicago. And from here, I'm going to hand it back to my good friend Nick, who will go through the rest of this presentation for you. I'll be back on with you in a minute. It was great presenting with you guys today. Thank you. Here's Nick.
Wow, that was fantastic, Jarrett. Thank you so much. I'm about ready to pack my hiking boots and get to Yellowstone myself after hearing that. That was remarkable. So just to reiterate, as we mentioned a couple times earlier during the presentation, to go ahead and book any of these trips you may have seen or any of the other amazing vacation packages we do offer, you can give us a ring at 1-800-268-7252. You can visit us at www.amtrakvacations.com, or my personal recommendation, one more time, call your local travel agent or stop by and give them a visit. I'm sure they'll be happy to see you, and I'm sure they'll be able to provide the best trip possible for you. Now, something great, I know we've been mentioning it throughout this whole presentation about the onboard experience and onboard accommodations and how if you upgrade to any of the sleepers on board the train, you get your meals included. So we're gonna jump into this because it's really exciting stuff. So as you saw from a lot of the packages that were on here, most of them come generally with coach seatings. Now, coach on Amtrak is much different than flying in an airplane for what you know about that. Take for instance, the seating on Amtrak is about the seats themselves are about 2.5 times the size of your typical airplane seat. So they're actually quite spacious and quite comfortable. The legroom is there's tons and tons of legroom. You won't get like a foot of space like on an airplane, for example. Also, the seats recline in a 45-degree angle, so they get back pretty far. It's actually quite, you get back pretty far and you can actually get very comfortable. And they actually also have, the seats also actually have a leg rest on there as well. So you get the full experience of propping yourself up and staying comfortable while just sitting. Now, I would always recommend upgrading to the sleeping accommodations. And as I mentioned, as Jared mentioned, it's so you can get your meals included, but it's not just about the meals. With the sleepers, you get a private room with beds, and you also get shower access as well. And you actually get use of priority on board the train, as well as utilizing the metropolitan lounges found in a lot of the bigger city stations as well. So keep that in mind. The type of sleeping accommodation we have right in front of us right now is the most popular and definitely the most economical. It's the sleeper roomette cabins. What they are is during the day, they're 2 seats that face each other like these folks right now. And at nighttime, the 2 seats that they're sitting in converts to the lower bunk. Now, not seen in the picture is right above their head is the top bunk, which pulls down, the car attendant will pull down during the nighttime. So, and the great thing is with the roomettes too, with this it has shower access, and the showers and bathrooms are actually located right down the hall from the roomettes, and they're a full-size bathroom. So it's definitely a fantastic experience. It's really cool actually being able to shower on board the train. And along with the roomettes, your meals are included. So it's a fantastic, fantastic time. We'll touch base on the meals in a little bit. Now, if you wanted the even more upgraded experience on the sleepers on board the train, here is the bedroom accommodations. The bedrooms during the day, it's a sofa-style seating where the gentleman is sitting. He's actually on there, and there's actually another chair where the lady is sitting. During the day, it's that set up, and at night, those convert to the lower bunk, and then once again, the upper bunk is right above head and it's pulled down. Now, the main difference between the bedrooms and the roomettes is the bedrooms do have a private toilet, sink, and shower in room. So definitely keep that in mind if that's something that's very important to you. They have them. And once again, too, your meals are included with the bedrooms. Here's some pictures just on board for the onboard experience on board the train. It's definitely some neat things. Now, I mentioned earlier, I wanted to talk about the observation car. If you look at the picture on the top right corner, those folks are located in the observation car, and they're looking out to the country passing before them. I can tell you, when I did the train from Chicago to Los Angeles last year, which is a 2-night trip, and I don't think other than to eat, sleep, and to take a shower, I did not leave the observation car. There was some of the best scenery that I've ever seen, from mountains to desert plains to plateaus. I saw it all, and you really have to experience the beauty of what America has to offer. We have almost every type of landscape here, and you can actually see almost all of them from the train. Remember one thing. Clouds look the same no matter where you go, and you're not going to see much from the interstate. The observation car, though, is a whole new world. Now, another one of my most favorite parts on board the train, and we've been bringing it up throughout the whole presentation, is dining. As we mentioned many a times with the sleeping accommodations, your meals are automatically included, and it's something you won't want to miss out upon. Reason being, the food on Amtrak is great. Take what you know about airplane food. We get the small little tin filled with what seems to be cafeteria food. It's not like that at all. With dining on board the train, you actually get to go up to the dining car, have a nice white tablecloth service that has a server that's there to take your order, and you can order off the menu. And the food is fantastic because actually the food's freshly prepared in the onboard galley by the onboard chef, and all the meals are freshly prepared for you. Take, for instance, for breakfast, you'll have pancakes, waffles, omelets that are fresh to order, scones, muffins. For lunch, you're going to have hamburgers, big, delicious grilled chicken salads, pasta dishes. For dinner, you could have fish, you can have a chicken dish, or my personal favorite, an Amtrak signature dish, the Amtrak signature steak, which you can see actually right in the slide that you see right here. The dining is fantastic, and you actually, with the sleeping accommodations as well, get priority with boarding on board the train, which is wonderful. I highly recommend it. It's quite an experience to take part in the restaurant on wheels. Now, the packages and things that you saw today are honestly just scratching the surface of what realistically we have to offer. The best way to see all of the packages that we offer and vacation choices is to visit our website at AmtrakVacationscom. From there, if you go to the top left tab that says Destinations, from there it will be a drop-down menu, and the first option would actually be for the national parks. From there, you can see a list of all of the packages we offer for all of the national parks. You won't want to miss out on any of them because from what you saw today, we have so many more. And once you find the right package in mind, give us a call, 1-800-268-7252, and our res team will be more than happy to assist you. In fact, I see them standing by right now waiting for your call. You can visit our website at AmtrakVacationscom, or my personal favorite, always visit your local travel agent. I actually visit my local travel agent all the time for my personal travel, so I highly recommend it for you guys. They're top-notch people. And along with all of this wonderful stuff on Amtrak, we actually offer some really fantastic everyday discounts. If you're a AAA member, if you show your card, you save an additional 10% off the rail portion on your package. If you're traveling with children aged 2 to 12, they actually receive 50% off the rail portion on their Amtrak vacation. Senior travelers aged 62 and over receive an additional 15% discount for the rail portion of their package. And last but not least, active duty military personnel, their spouses, and their dependents receive a 10% discount on the rail portion of an Amtrak vacation package. So keep that in mind. If any of you fall with any of those, you get some money off, which is always a great thing. You can actually get some more money off by using this exclusive attendee discount. This is the one I mentioned earlier. For this one, what we'll do is if you upgrade to a sleeping accommodation on any of our rail packages, per couple, you will save $100. Now, to take full advantage of this wonderful promotion, you'll just have to book by the end of the month, by March 31st, and you absolutely won't want to miss this, as this is a really, really nice discount. I would take full advantage of this myself, absolutely. Also, please do not forget to download the handout here, as it will highlight some of the packages both Jarrett and myself went over today. They'll have some really great additional info. As well, if you have any questions now, please feel free to input them into the questions box, and me and Jarrett will both be more than happy to provide some answers for you. We're quite excited about this, so let us know. And lastly, this is the most exciting part of the webinar. Reason why, we actually get to pick the winner of a $100 Amtrak Vacations gift card. The winner for today's Amtrak Vacations gift haul is Cheryl Hall. Congratulations, Cheryl. Awesome job. We hope to see you soon. As for the rest of you, now is the time I'm going to open up the floor to answer any questions that any of you may have. Once again, thank you for joining us today. We really hope that you learned a lot about Yosemite, Yellowstone and about what Amtrak Vacations is all about. We're really excited to have all of you here, and fire away those questions. We'll be more than happy to answer them. So I do see here we have a question from Robert about accessibility on board, handicap accessibility on board the train. Well, Robert, actually, Amtrak fully caters to those that are traveling with mobility aids. Whether you're traveling with a wheelchair, a walker, a cane, we have the space for you on board the train, whether it's in coach seating or even a handicap accessible room. The handicap accessible room does have a private toilet and sink in the room, and the shower is right outside of the room, so it's definitely, and they're big enough to where you can have a mobility aid. Now the hotels on here as well, you can absolutely use the have an ADA approved room. The hotels all have them, and same with the sightseeing tours. I'm going to switch it over to Jarrett. He'll answer a question for you guys.
Hi, yes, guys, and congratulations, Cheryl, again on your winning a $100 Amtrak vacation gift card. I hope you put it to good use. I do have a question here from Rachel, who lives in California, and she's wondering a suggestion for a package out to Yosemite for a couple of days. Well, Rachel, I would heavily suggest either the Yosemite Getaway and or doing a quick 2-day trip to San Francisco and enjoying a full day trip out to Yosemite. With the Yosemite Getaway, you will still stay near the entrance of the park, and so there's a couple of different hotel options there. As for San Francisco, it being a metropolitan city, there are many hotel choices, additional things you can do inside the city for sightseeing experience, and still go out and get a full day trip out to Yosemite National Park. So those are two options I definitely would suggest for you.
Wonderful, wonderful. I have a question here from MH asking if you can combine the discounts. Now, unfortunately, you cannot, but what we would do, and we always are able to help you out with, is providing the higher of the discount. So say if you're a traveler over 62, but you also carry AAA, we would absolutely go for the senior rate because it saves you more money off the top. So you'll always get the best discount when applicable. Any more questions?
I have a question from Pat for discounts for students 13 and above. Very good question, Pat. So there is a student advantage program that you can sign up with on Amtrak.com, and they would facilitate that for you. But just to reiterate, if the student or the 13-year-old happens to be a AAA member or has a parent who is a AAA member, they will also be able to receive the AAA discount. Once again, that's 10% off the rail portion.
I have a question to hear from Gary asking about kosher diets on board the train. Yes, Gary, they do have kosher diets. It's actually one of the few diets that Amtrak absolutely will make sure you're fully taken care of. Vegetarian is another one. So if you do have food allergies, just like your local restaurants, they will absolutely be able to help you out with that as well. So just make your server well aware before ordering that you do have some food allergies. And they'll be more than happy to help you out with that.
I do have a question from Cindy about whether travel agents do receive discounts. That is in fact correct, Cindy. Once you have the package that you're looking to check in on, definitely give us a call and we will be able to see what kind of discounts we can provide to you. But we absolutely would be able to get you a discount off of your package as well as the rail.
I have a question here from Carol asking, well, in San Francisco, if we can actually add on a tour to wine country in Napa and Sonoma. Yes, absolutely. In fact, a lot of people will do that as you're there. When in Rome, you're in San Francisco, you saw Yosemite National Park, we can either provide a full day guided tour to wine country. It's where you'll go to some of the most famous vineyards and wineries. But along with that, you'll actually be able to, we actually have a package where you get to ride on board the famous wine train, and you actually get to do some nights in Napa and Sonoma, or in Napa Valley at least, and do a tour of Sonoma as well.
I have a question from Jeff, who is wondering if you can do an elongated trip up and down the coast of California. In fact, we have the Californian, which would hit the Napa and Sonoma Valley as well out of San Francisco. Yosemite, as well as a couple of days in San Francisco proper. You'd then get to head down to Los Angeles for a couple of days of sightseeing there, check out the Chinese Theater, check out the Hollywood Walk of Fame, the Hollywood sign, and then head down for some sightseeing down in San Diego as well.
I have a question here from Cindy asking if there's anything on the East Coast of the United States. In fact, yes, we have tons of packages throughout the whole entire United States, whether it be East Coast, West Coast, Midwest, the Deep South, we have packages. Or if you're looking to take a package, one of these Yosemite and Yellowstone packages from the East Coast, absolutely. You can in fact depart from any of the 500 different Amtrak stations and they'll work. We'll be able to customize this trip to you or your clients or whoever's liking. So it looks like to me we are out of questions for today. So thank you once again for everyone that volunteered and asked some questions for us. You guys had some really, really great questions. We all hope that you learned some things from today's presentation. I know I did. I just want to reach out to you all once again and say thank you so much for attending. We really appreciate it. Really, really, really hope to see you guys soon on Amtrak, in Yellowstone, Yosemite, or wherever the train may take you. Thank you, folks, once again. Until next time, my name's Nick Pennell. Have a great afternoon and a great evening.
And this is Jared just also signing off, but saying thank you so much for listening in on the presentation. Once again, congratulations to Cheryl on your victory, getting the gift card. And give us a call or give your local travel agent a visit, and we can definitely get you on your next Amtrak trip. Have a great day. Thank you so much.